All right. So I'm going to ask, what do you think the most important part of your house is that I as an inspector, want to look at for you as a client?
Foundation.
Foundation.
Yeah.
That's where it all starts at. That's where the home gets built at. That's the foundation to anything. Life, relationship, home, your foundation is the #1 priority. All right? So, me being an inspector, I think that is the most critical part of a home inspection. I'm there to do a lot more stuff than that, but your crawl space and your foundation is #1. All right, so when I go into a home inspection, I've got 4 or 5 big things for a client that I am definitely really focused on. That's your foundation. What's next, you think?
Roof.
Roof. Very good. So you got to have that roof over you to protect you, right? All right, so your roof, your foundation, HVAC, and your plumbing. My 5th is electrical. Okay? So that's my big 5 for being a home inspector. All right? So if them 5 are all good, the rest of the stuff to me is just cosmetic, like sticking doors or windows that won't open. But guess what? I'm going to look for all that for you. All right? My basic roundabout around the home is I will get out of my truck and I will look at it from the street. I will walk one way around it. I'll walk the other way around it, looking at your outside. All right? And then I go straight up to the roof. I'll walk every roof that I can. Yeah, there's inspectors out there that will fly these drones and I still think the best way to inspect a roof is to stand on it. All right? The only ones I will not get on, like yesterday, unfortunately, is pouring down rain. I can't get up there, so I get my binoculars out, and I'm not going to slide down the darn thing, all right? But I do my 100% best, okay? So I get on that roof and get a good inspection. Now I go inside your attic, all right? Your attic, we want to make sure there's plenty of insulation up there to keep you warm in the wintertime, like right now, and in the summer that insulation keeps you cool, okay? Any I can tell foundation issues up in your attic also. Might be a broken truss or a broken rafter up there. Y'all know what that is? I don't want to talk over you. Okay, that's what's holding your roof up. Okay? That also, part of your HVAC system, normally, in newer homes today, is up in your attic. Okay? We want to make sure all your ventilation's still good and tight. Alright? And still running where it's supposed to be. Your bathroom vents, they're supposed to be exhausted outside. Okay? A lot of times, Val can contest to this, I would say 50% of the homes that I inspect, they're just going right in the attic. What's that causing? You're taking a shower, you got your exhaust fan on, that's putting moisture in your attic, right? What does moisture do? Mildew, rot. You're exactly right. Big things that I want to look for, okay? All right, so then I come downstairs, then we do the whole inside of the house. Look, checking every electrical outlet. If it's a vacant home, I'm checking every electrical outlet, every switch, everything inside it. I'm checking every door, every window. Okay, I'm gonna let you know inside and out what is wrong with that home. Okay, and give you, I'm working for you as a client, I'm giving you every option. Okay, can I take care of this? Or for Val, is she going to put this on her picker report to try to get that repaired for you? What questions do you have for me?
My question is, what is the best, like to ask a seller to make these repairs?
And I'm
or if I can do this by myself, like I invite from the site, or I can invite my brother-in-law or somebody.
Right. Okay, this is my thing to you. I really can't answer that, to be honest with you. Okay? And it's not a legal thing, it's not like that. She's the experienced one that knows the ins and outs of, okay, this is the best thing to ask for to get fixed, or it's not. You know, I ran into an inspection yesterday. Does anybody have corrugated drain pipe in their houses? I think it's a great thing for a homeowner. They don't have to call a plumber. You know, it goes underneath your kitchen or bathroom sink. You can go to Home Depot or Lowe's and buy it, and it'll go in any direction you want it. Okay? It's illegal. It's illegal. Okay? For me to inspect your house, I have to put it in there because I'm looking for a straight drain. You know, them corrugated pipes, most of you have long hair. it gets clogged up really easy. So I put them in there. But I'm a realist also, and I understand for a homeowner, you know, hey, for $19 I can go get this, or hire a plumber to come in for $250. What's the best way? Okay, I got it, you know. So little things like that I'm going to find for you also. Safety wise, I think I heard Val mention, are your handrails good and secure? Do you have handrails going up and down your stairs? Little things like that. I have a big checklist that I go through, and I promise you by the end of my inspection I will let you, client, whoever, know what condition that home's in. One big thing that I'm finding lately, and I still don't understand it, in vacant homes, like I think you mentioned flip a minute ago, didn't you? A lot of flippers don't use licensed electricians, or they use licensed general contractor to hook stuff up. So there's good ones out there, and there's not so good ones out there. So everybody here has a dryer in their house for the clothes. It runs on 220. I'm finding more and more that they're putting 110 up to the 220 plug. So you install your dryer when you move in, and guess what? It's not going to work. You don't have enough power going to it. So this was a learning experience for me about 9 months ago. A client called me and said, hey, my dryer won't work. So I drove back over there, and sure enough, I've got a detector that tells me if it's 220 or 110. Sure enough, they only had 110 going to it from a 30 amp breaker. So it was a lesson learned for me also. You know, so I check every one of them in a vacant house now. You know, there's different things come off on a spec. I learn something new every day, just like we all do. So I wanted to throw that out there. That's something that you don't see every day, but you know, that's something that I pay attention to now also.
So Curt, do you do the inspection, like, you know, I know the construction has to be done per code, right? There's like a certain things like, you know, level.
Yes.
So when you do this, like, you know, per code, is there anything that you can suggest to repair that, you know, beyond the
yes.
code? You know,
yes. Per se, here's a big one that I find all the time. Like I inspect a 2019, I call them standards. I'm not a code inspector. You know what I mean? I'm a safety inspector, basically. The city inspectors are code inspectors.
Is there anybody who's actually checking houses if they're per code?
Yes, the city inspectors, while they're being built, supposed to be.
But if it's like, you know, house, let's say old, like, you know, a few years old, nobody's going to check.
So they were built to code in that year. So that's something that I tell all my clients, hey, I inspected 2019 standards or code. Like today, you can't have an open light bulb in your clothes closet. Okay? How many of you have open light bulbs in your clothes closet? I do. My house was built in 1984. I'll tell you right now, I do. All right? That's not allowed anymore. And I let clients know that. But, you know, like I said, I'm a realist also. I tell them, hey, this was okay when this house was built. Okay? I do a lot of research. So I'm not going to tell a client, hey, this is bad, but I still have to put it in there as a safety concern.
So can you still sell it with this kind of condition, or you have to make it? Oh,
yes. But there's some things you can't. Like Val was mentioning a minute ago about the appraiser. Like, you know, back in early 1900s, we go down to Ghent or wherever, downtown Portsmouth, the early 1900 homes, you didn't have to have handrails or anything like that. All right? An appraiser is going to hit that. I will too, but they're going to put handrails in that house on the steps. Okay? Some things, yes, they got to update to today. All right? Another big thing that I find, you know, back in the 70s and 80s, windows. If it's less than 18 inches off the ground, they're supposed to be tempered windows. You know what tempered windows are? It's just like your windshield in your car. It'll shatter instead of breaking off into big chunks. So if it's less than 18 inches off the ground, it's supposed to be a tempered window. Back in the 70s and 80s and early 90s, it wasn't required. I still put it in there that's a safety hazard. And most sellers will not put the windows in there because it's called grandfathered, right? And I explain that to clients and stuff, but you know, to today, what we're going for today is safety and make sure it's safe
So
for
you
the.
still put all of those things in there?
Absolutely, I do.
Do you inspect garages if it's detached or stay separate?
Yeah, no, I inspect garages. Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Everything.
Sheds?
If you ask me to. Normally not.
So,
No,
actually-
normally the only reason I say that is because a separated garage, has electricity in it. Most sheds don't. So, but if you ask me while we're there, hey, will you go look at the shed? Absolutely, I would.
Pools? Or
I inspect pool. I inspect the safety of the pool. All right, if you want a true inspection on a pool, you'd want to definitely get a real pool guy because they put a dive suit on, go test the pressure of it down on the bottom to make sure your liner's still good. I can see the liner up the top, but I test all the safety stuff, all the electrical, the pumps, see if it's working properly, the right pressure's coming out. But yeah, if you want a true pool inspection, you want to hire a real pool guy because they do. I've seen them all summer getting in their dive suits and going down in there, and they're down there for 20, 30 minutes with their tanks on, and yeah.
So what does it check down there? Like the lining and
The lining, and then make sure the concrete's not cracked underneath it. Where
okay.
so they do pressure tests. They put suction cups on the bottom of the pool, and they do a pressure test on it to make sure there isn't no leaks underneath it and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
So let's actually have a question. If it's a shed or detached garage, it's still like, you know, part of the appraisal and the price of the house, correct? Or it's just kind of like
So, shed, no.
no. But
If
it's
it's
a
a
detached
garage, yes, attached or detached, it is. So it will be comparing to another houses, and definitely the garage
What
is
about
a
the
big
pool
plus.
house and stuff? Are they part of the, or it's just like a shed?
It's basically a shed can be moved.
Okay.
If it's attached like a detached garage or a pool house, it can't be moved. It's attached to the ground. So basically look at it like that.
Okay.
Okay?
May I ask you a question? How long your inspection is good? Is it 45 days?
2 years.
2 years?
Two.
Like, I mean,
Legally.
legal.
But if you called me in 5 years and said I got this problem, blah blah blah, believe me, I'm gonna help you through it. All
So, I
right.
mean, like, if I hire you and you find something
Mhm.
and said like everything is fine,
Yep.
and in 2 months like something gets wrong, I
Mhm.
can call you.
Yep. Absolutely.
What's gonna be in this case?
Well, here I'm licensed and insured, okay, because everybody's human. All right, but I will tell you that I've missed things before. And the biggest thing I've missed is an ice maker not working in a refrigerator. You know, it's a lesson learned. But how many of you own Samsung refrigerators in there? Anybody? Or LG? LG? The ice makers for them, a brand new ice maker to get installed and everything's $435. I know. I bought one for a client. All right, I missed it. I forgot to check to see if the darn thing worked. So, but yeah, I would believe me if I miss something,
You'll fix
I'll take care of it. You don't, whether it's my insurance doing it or me personally doing it. Absolutely, that's part of being a good business owner. Is right, you know, that's just the way I look at it.
So one little idea for everyone, if you're planning to sell home, even we're talking today about purchasing, but if you're thinking about selling home, this is not a bad idea to have an inspector prior you put it in the market, because sometimes when it is something and you don't know about it because you were living, it probably can be, like I have recently in one of the listings, the chimney has an issue. Chimney was like foul or
Shifted.
something?
Yep.
It shifted, and sellers had no idea about it. So if sellers knew in advance, the probably buyers wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, what's happening? Oh, is it fixable or not? It would be done, and buyers never know. So it could, say, even if it's like extra, but again, it could save the deal. You can go in the market and sell it easier.
Are you working with home insurances as well? If we need inspector, because we got issue with our home insurance. They said like your roof is.
As
bad.
far as roofs, yes, I'm a licensed roof inspector. Yeah, now I'll be honest with you, I've never had an insurance
They fix
company
it, but
call
they
me.
still, like,
We have
Yeah, I've never had an insurance company actually call me But yes, I am licensed in Savers.
Всем дать. Тут разные визитки. Да,
свои, если есть тоже.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
And we found another company that says, yes, your roof is
Yeah. And I do that quite a bit actually. I'll go inspect just one or two parts of a home, and I'll type you up something saying that it's been repaired correctly. Like crawl spaces. I'll go re-inspect crawl spaces all the time, because they got replaced floor joists, things. Yeah, I'll type up a letter from myself and my company and send it to you that you can submit to your insurance or whoever. Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
What would you recommend to pay attention to?
Okay, my biggest thing. I'm not asking you to go through and look at everything that I do, but the biggest thing that you can tell about a foundation. See above these windows right here? I'll just demonstrate right here. If you see cracks going at a diagonal, you probably got a foundation issue. Or if doors aren't latching inside the house, you probably got a foundation issue. Them are the things that I scan for as soon as I walk inside a home. Doors not shutting and latching, and cracks above windows or walk-throughs. That's something that can give you an idea right there that I might have a structural issue. Okay. But other than that, if you love the home, I'll come in and take care of it for you. All right. And yeah, I see everybody passing out cards. There's mine.
Thank you so much. What you cannot sell your house with, for sure, termites. So if there's any issues of termites, even in the past, they see like visible or like not visible, like you can see signs of termites. That it was, I don't know, there were 10 years ago, but you don't have a clear letter from termite company, you cannot sell a home. And the same moisture issue. So there is I don't know, some rotten beams, underneath, and usually it's where why termites came, because termites like water. So if you have actually any issues with your home, so like first, I'm not a home inspector, but I'm always, I'm always asking questions. I'm always following. Like I didn't know at all about houses and about building, but being present in every inspection and asking questions helps a lot. So in any home, in your current home, make sure you don't have water standing very close to your house, because if water goes underneath and in a crawl space, or like you cannot let wood be wet. You don't want put water underneath the house, because this moisture also, Curt already mentioned that everything started from foundation. So make sure if it's crawl space, you have a vapor barrier. It's like a plastic plane. Yep. So it will, and it also has it's air flows from there. Yeah, you have a dehumidifier or vents and air flows. So we have to prevent moisture issues, because if you have a moisture, we will have termites, especially in Hampton Roads. Yep. It's area we have termites in many houses. It's common for us. And talking about area which is probably good for investment in Virginia Beach.
Guess not.
We are growing. Right now the most is Portsmouth is changing. Many investors buying in Portsmouth because you can buy cheaper, and this house is still being sold. Yeah, not maybe our clients, not my clients buying in Portsmouth.
But is it safe areas there?
No, that's why none of my clients buying.
Right.
But it's a good investment. Also, Ocean View in Norfolk. We have right now multi-million investment put, and they build in townhouses, 4-story townhouses, and they're planning to build the whole neighborhood in Ocean View. They still bad school district. It's in a flood zone, but the level, so it's growing. So the bad neighborhood, which just used to be.